While Ethereum's more vocal founders engaged in public battles over governance and ideology, Jeffrey Wilcke worked silently on the infrastructure that kept the network alive. The Dutch software engineer took responsibility for Go Ethereum, Geth, in 2014, the protocol implementation that would become Ethereum's most widely used client. Unlike Charles Hoskinson's dramatic exit or Gavin Wood's philosophical critiques, Wilcke avoided the spotlight, focusing instead on the unglamorous work of maintaining Ethereum's digital plumbing. Geth represented more than just another software project. As Ethereum's original Golang implementation, it processed transactions, executed smart contracts, and synchronized the blockchain across thousands of nodes worldwide. Developer activity logs show Wilcke contributing over 60% of Geth's early code himself, often pulling all-nighters to fix critical bugs before network upgrades. His pragmatic approach emphasized reliability over ideology, a perspective that sometimes put him at odds with Ethereum's more dogmatic contributors. Internal communications reveal subtle tensions between Wilcke and other founders. During debates about Ethereum's technical direction, he frequently advocated for stability over innovation. When Vitalik Buterin proposed complex new features, Wilcke often pushed back, arguing core infrastructure needed to just work before adding experimental capabilities. This friction reflected fundamental differences in priorities. While Buterin thought architecturally about Ethereum's future, Wilcke focused on keeping the present system operational. The 2016 DO hack crisis tested Wilcke's philosophy. As panic spread through Ethereum's community, he maintained Geth's stability while others debated whether to implement a controversial hard fork. Network performance metrics show Geth nodes remained operational throughout the crisis, processing transactions even as the governance controversy raged. Wilcke later acknowledged implementing the contentious fork reluctantly, telling colleagues it violated his engineering principles, but was necessary to save Ethereum's ecosystem. Technical documents from this period highlight Geth's critical role. It accounted for over 68% of Ethereum nodes during the network's early years, making it the de facto standard implementation. Wilcke's meticulous attention to performance optimizations gave Geth significant advantages over alternatives: faster synchronization times, lower memory usage, and better garbage collection. These unsexy improvements proved vital as Ethereum's transaction volume grew beyond early projections. Wilcke's background in game development influenced his approach. Before Ethereum, he created the gaming engine Grimoire, where he mastered the art of performance-critical software. That experience translated directly to Geth's architecture, evidenced by his focus on efficient memory management and concurrent processing. Ethereum developers noted how game development's frame rate mentality shaped Wilcke's intolerance for bottlenecks or lag in Geth's operations. Financial pressures added complexity to Wilcke's work. Unlike some founders who leveraged Ethereum's success for new ventures, Wilcke remained primarily focused on Geth's maintenance, a role that offered little monetization potential. Colleagues recall him resisting attempts to commercialize or gatekeep Geth, insisting it remain freely available as public infrastructure. This principled stance limited his financial upside, but earned respect among Ethereum's developer community. The 2017 CryptoKitties congestion provided another test. As transaction fees skyrocketed and the network slowed, Wilcke led efforts to optimize Geth's transaction processing. code commits show him implementing critical gas calculation improvements that helped ease bottlenecks. Unlike those advocating radical protocol changes, Wilcke focused on incremental enhancements to sustain Ethereum through its scaling crisis. By 2018, signs emerged that Wilcke was reducing his Ethereum involvement. He began transferring Geth maintenance responsibilities to a broader team of developers. His GitHub activity became less frequent, with longer gaps between major contributions. There was no dramatic exit, just a gradual shift in focus toward new projects in gaming and computer graphics. Wilcke's departure timeline remains unclear because he never formally announced it. GitHub repositories show his last major Geth commit occurred in mid-2019, though he occasionally reviewed code into 2020. Unlike other exiting founders, he didn't launch a competing blockchain or criticize Ethereum's direction. His LinkedIn profile simply lists former Ethereum core developer without elaboration. The technical legacy Wilcke left speaks louder than any public statement. Geth remains Ethereum's dominant client software, now maintained by a diverse team of contributors. Its architecture still reflects Wilcke's original design principles, particularly the emphasis on performance and stability. Many core optimizations he implemented years ago continue benefiting Ethereum today as it handles exponentially larger workloads. Comparisons with other founders highlight Wilcke's uniqueness. While Hoskinson built Cardano and Wood created Polkadot, Wilcke never attempted to improve on Ethereum through a new blockchain. While Lubin constructed the ConsenSys empire, Wilcke avoided the business side entirely. His commitment remained technical rather than ideological or financial throughout Ethereum's turbulent early years. Ethereum's developer community took note of this dedication. The Ethereum Foundation awarded Wilcke a Lifetime Achievement type recognition in 2021, years after his active involvement ended. Fellow engineers credited him with setting standards for clean, efficient code that subsequent developers emulated. Even founders who clashed with Wilcke publicly acknowledged Geth's irreplaceable role in Ethereum's survival. Wilcke's story contrasts sharply with typical Silicon Valley narratives. There was no glory-seeking, no bitter exit, no corporate maneuvering, just years of disciplined work on essential infrastructure, followed by a quiet departure. This lack of drama may explain why his contributions receive less attention than those of more confrontational founders. The technical challenges Ethereum faced by 2020 dwarfed those Wilcke had navigated. Scaling solutions like sharding and proof-of-stake required radical architecture changes far beyond Geth's original scope. Perhaps recognizing this, Wilcke had already transitioned Geth's stewardship to developers better equipped for Ethereum's next evolution. His legacy wasn't speeches or enterprises, but code that continued functioning flawlessly long after he stepped away. Few could have predicted that a Dutch game developer would become one of Ethereum's most indispensable figures. Wilcke proved that blockchain's history isn't just about visionary ideologues. It's also about the engineers who turn those visions into working systems beneath the radar of public attention. While others debated decentralization's future, he ensured Ethereum's present kept running. As Ethereum prepared for its most ambitious upgrade yet, the transition to proof-of-stake, Geth remained at the network's operational core. The software Wilcke built would need to evolve beyond his original designs, just as Ethereum itself was evolving beyond its founders' early expectations. After years of internal conflicts and competing visions, the network faced a technical challenge unifying all participants: scaling to meet demand without sacrificing security or decentralization.